Seth looked down at his hand, replaying the movement in his head. The speed was unbelievable. "Oh, God, gross!" Clara complained, recoiling with the dramatic flair of someone who'd grown up with a personal hand sanitizer attendant. Seth let the fly go and stared at his hand, looking completely zoned out. That speed! It was insane, faster than he'd been at his peak in Tier A. But wasn't the genetic fluid supposed to be blocking him, slowing him down? He hadn't felt a thing since the injection, but that sudden burst of speed was a genuine shock. Ava was also stunned. The move had been lightning fast. She hadn't even seen his hand blur. 1 second they were talking, the next, Seth was holding the pose like, "Look at me, I caught a fly." Just as she was about to turn back to her food, Seth's hand shot out again, striking the same pose. And there it was, the same fly, trapped between his chopsticks, was still buzzing and very much alive. The fly was probably having an existential crisis. Seth immediately put down his chopsticks. Unable to make sense of what just happened, he abruptly stood up. "I'm heading to work." He wiped his mouth, grabbed his hat, and left without another word. Ava just stared at his back, her mind completely blown by the double catch. How in the world did he do that? Inside the elevator, Seth looked down at his right hand. He threw a quick jab, but the impossible speed was gone. Just my subconscious? He wondered. Even as the elevator began its descent, he could still hear the two women talking. Clara's voice drifted through. "How many years of being single does it take to get that fast? With a guy like that, aren't you worried he might lose control and try something with us one day?" Ava laughed. "Relax. It's 2 against 1. He'd be the one getting worn out, not us. Don't worry about it." Seth didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Were all women this crude, or did they just get wilder the prettier they were? What was happening to the world? Then his hearing sharpened again, and he started picking up another conversation from the lobby below. "Finn, you even know which apartment he's in? This building is huge. It'll take us all night if we have to check door to door." "Relax, I already looked into it. Couldn't get an exact number, but he lives in this building. We just have to wait by the elevator. It's almost time for his shift." "But he's a cop," another voice said nervously. "So what? He's just a beat cop. What are you scared of? We'll just throw a bag over his head and rough him up a little. If he doesn't spring young Mr. Vaughn by tonight, we'll make sure his next patrol is a living hell. Just don't leave any evidence. We can't let this get traced back to the boss." "Cops? Officers? Are they looking for me? What for? Being too righteous?" Seth's mind raced. Just as the elevator was about to ding for the first floor, he jabbed the button for the third and stepped out. As he walked down the hall, he was hit with a wall of sound, a chaotic mix of chatter and noise from all the apartments around him. Something was definitely wrong with his hearing. The whole world suddenly seemed incredibly loud. Passing the public restroom, he could even hear the distinct dripping sound of a leaky faucet inside. He was about to head for the stairs when he heard the same group of guys again, their voices clearer than before. "Finn, what if he takes the stairs?" "Don't worry, I've got Dean, Felix, and the others watching the stairwell. Unless this guy decides to skip work, we'll get him. The second you see him, don't do anything stupid. Just call in his location." Seth stopped dead. Peeking over the railing of the spiral staircase, he looked down and saw them. 3, maybe 5 guys with cheap dye jobs loitering by the first-floor entrance, just waiting for him. Seth Kramer strolled down the stairs, giving a casual nod to the 5 guys with brightly colored hair loitering near the bottom. They linked up with a few more guys waiting by the elevator, and just like that, a crew of 9 was closing in on him. Any plan they had to jump him was shot. He'd seen them coming a mile away, so they settled for a friendly reminder instead. The one running the show was a heavy-set guy named Finn, He swaggered over, chomping on a piece of gum. "Officer Kramer, isn't it?" he said with a smirk. Seth just stood there, his face a blank slate. Finn's eyes dropped to Seth's badge. A sneer crawled across his face as he clocked the rank. "Oh, I thought it was some big shot who brought in Shane Vaughn and his boys. Turns out it's just some beat cop." Pfft. He spat his gum onto the floor, the smirk vanishing. He got right in Seth's space, his voice dropping to a gravelly whisper. "You want to keep wearing that badge in Metro City? Then you're going to let Vaughn and the others walk." Seth asked, his tone casual. "And you are?" "Figured you didn't," Finn sneered, "or you wouldn't be standing there so damn calm." "Ever hear of the Big Four in Metro City?" "Yes," Seth said, his tone flat. "Heard about them in high school. Bunch of jerks, the lot of them." Finn and his crew's faces tightened, but then Finn just laughed. "All right, so you know we're jerks. Which means you should know not to mess with us. It won't end well for you, get it? You've got the uniform on now, but you're not wearing it 24/7. And who knows? Maybe you get fired tomorrow." "Is that a threat?" Seth's eyes narrowed. "Me? Threaten one of Metro City's finest?" Finn grinned, all fake charm. "Never. Just giving you some friendly advice, officer. Be careful out there. Walking, driving, especially on that bike of yours. Accidents happen, you know." "Appreciate the concern," Seth said, holding his gaze. "What was the name again?" Finn glared, realizing the cop was just messing with him. He leaned in, enunciating like he was talking to an idiot. "Finn." "Your government name," Seth clarified. A dangerous glint sparked in Finn's eyes. "What do you want?" "Nothing," Seth said coolly. "Just a reminder for you now. Don't get in our way when we're on the clock. Finn is just a street name, right? Since you don't seem too fond of the one the government has on file, maybe I can help you out. I know a guy who could misplace your paperwork." "Erase you? You threatening me?" Finn's face went hard. He lowered his voice, closing the distance until they were practically nose to nose. He bit off each word. "I respect the badge, but I ain't ever been scared of a beat cop." Seth didn't even flinch. "So, who are you with these days? I heard the leadership of the Big Four got shuffled around a while back. I'm a little out of the loop on who's running the rackets now. Just curious who your boss is." "Don't try to play me," Finn snorted. "You want to see how things really work? Come around after midnight. We'd love to have you, but I doubt you've got the guts." "Later, officer. Be smart and let Vaughn and his boys go. If you don't, I'll be back. And trust me, finding out where you sleep is easy." With a final glare, he waved his hand and led his crew away.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.